So Booster Pack Friday is back and I can't wait to crack open some packs. Hello and welcome to Life Begins at 20. My name is Mark and thank you so much for joining me. Booster Pack Friday is now back and it coincides with what I'm doing on Patreon to try and be a little bit more interactive and give a little bit more rewards for all those people that have kindly donated on there and give them a little bit more value for their money. So I wanted to crack open some packs. I'll be giving away all of the content of these Booster Pack Fridays to one lucky patron a month, and it just means that I get to open some packs, they get some great cards, and everybody's a winner. So without any further ado, let's find out what is in this week's pack. So let's crack on into this pack and see what lovely goodness is inside. I've actually been quite impressed with the draft and sealed variety that is Rivals of Ixalan. It seems to be a lot better than Ixalan by itself, so let's have a quick look through and see what we're going to end up getting. So we're going to start off with Goblin Trailblazer. I was actually very impressed with this card and Pauper. 2-1 Menace for 2. It's a decent enough card, not necessarily going to be first pick, but having that little bit of evasion really does help. Again, we're going to have another piece of evasion here. In the blue deck, if you're going, plenty of Merfolk, fantastic. 1-1 that can't be blocked again. Always good to have a bit of evasion. First up, a nice piece of removal again. So we've got Luminous Bonds here. I do like the artwork on it as well. Enchant Creature, can't attack or block. Again, it's a nice piece of removal. It just keeps something on the board, not doing very much for you them at all. Again, another one of the commons that I really liked for Pauper Cube. Dusk Legion Zealot. And yeah, you get yourself a 1-1 for 1 and a black, enters the battlefield to draw a card and lose 1 life. I'm more than happy enough with that, especially in a vampire deck, but I would actually see this slightly out of that as well. Next we've got Jungleborn Pioneer. We're getting some pretty decent commons in this pack, to be fair. So you're getting yourself a 2-2 for 2 and a green, plus a 1-1 Merfolk that is hexproof as well. So that's perfect for able to stabilize the board if you need to get yourself 2 bodies in 1 card. That's great value there. And the fact of if you manage to get yourself a Merfolk Lord as well to try and buff them all up even better, that's a good card. But again, still not going to be first picking it. Evolving Wilds, if you need some mana fixing later on, yes, that's great, but at the moment we're going to stay clear of that one. Sailor of Means, again, this could be really, really fun. Enters the battlefield, it ramps you as a good blocker for 2 and a blue. And it means that you're able to then sacrifice the treasure for any colour, so it can help you with mana fixing as well. So I do like this card. It's probably one of the best commons we've had so far. Next up we've got Squire's Devotion. This one is probably one of the weaker of the commons we've got here. So for 2 and a white, enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and lifelink. Again, great for any of your vampire decks for sure. And when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink as well. So that is always useful to have. Giving yourself buffing a body and a token on the side, but again, not necessarily going to be my first pick there. Knight of the Stampede, if you're going dinosaurs, definitely really, really good to have. Just being able to get some of those things on the board a lot cheaper is fantastic. Plus 4 toughness is actually pretty decent unless your opponent's got Bombard, which I found out quite a lot in the GP. But again, not going to be a first pick, but it's still pretty decent. Moving on into the uncommons now, Famished Paladins first up. So for 1 and a white, it's a 3/3 that doesn't untap during your untap step, but whenever you gain life, then you can untap it. So if you can guarantee, if you give it lifelink, for example, swing in, you can then tap it. It'll be great value for 3/3 for 2 there, but again, still not going to be good enough to be a first pick. Next, we've got Pitiless Plunderer. So I quite like this one again. If you're going to be going off with pirates, swinging in a lot, you don't mind having, it means the removal is not going to affect you quite as much. And as a 1/4 defender, blocking creature there, which is perfect for 3 and a black. And whenever a creature you control dies, you get to create a treasure token, and it seems to be quite fun in an aristocrat style deck as well if you're able to do that in constructed, but again, it's probably not quite good enough to be first pick. This one, on the other hand, may well be. Thrashing Brontodon, I really, really do like this card. 3/4 for 1 and 2 green. It's Dinosaur, which is still really, really useful to have for the tribal effects there. You can play 1, sacrifice to destroy a target artifact to enchantment. So I do like the fact that this can come out on the board, still be useful, not a dead card in your hand like Manglehorn was for cubes. Plus, there are plenty of artifacts and enchantments that do need to be removed as soon as possible when they go on the board. Plus, you've still got a really useful body just in case something happens. So this one at this moment in time is definitely winning. And we've got ourselves for a rare Temple Altasaur. So for 4 and a white, it's a 3/4. If another source would deal damage to another dinosaur you control, prevent all that damage but one of it. Again, it might be quite nice to start off with. If you're going to go, yeah, I'm going to go dinosaurs, fantastic. I would recommend not necessarily first picking this. Don't think it's necessarily first pickable, but if you're going, first picking, say, pack 2 or pack 3 when you know you're playing dinosaurs, fantastic. Or if you actually want to go for dinosaurs, I would definitely be picking this card. But to be perfectly honest, at this moment in time, Brontodon is doing the better work. And we've got ourselves a foil of Colossal Dreadmore. I do like how that looks in foil as well. So again, you might recognise this one from Ixalan. It's got a double reprinting just because of how the the 2 packs of Rivals and 1 pack of Ixalan means you're actually going to get hold of some of those cards. It was the same with Legion Conquistador as well. But yeah, 6/6 trample. It's a nice bomb to have at the end of it, but there are definitely better cards in this pack. So for me, the number 1 pick from this pack is Thrashing Brontodon. Not only are you getting a decent body on board and with a dinosaur theme as well with a 3/4 for 3, that's good value. You're also then getting a threat as a target. Nice piece of removal as well for any of those artifacts or enchantments. It'll also then potentially stop your opponents from playing them down as well until they can get this off the board. So no matter what, you've got yourself a card that isn't dead in your hand. And then with Colossal Dreadmore, Temple Altasaur and Knight of the Stampede in the same pack, potentially one of those could end up wheeling round for us as well, so that is always a plus. So this is my number 1 pick from the pack, and let me know in the comment section as well below if you agree with me or not. Is there a different card that you would have picked? I would love to know. Plus, is there any cards from this set that you are looking forward to opening up in a draft just to be able to play around or anything along those lines? Again, I would love to know in the comment section below. Pirates, Merfolk, Dinosaurs, whichever one it is. Again, I'd love to know which cards you'd kind of like to build around and which ones you think are the most strong in a draft. Also, I would just like to mention that all of the pack's contents from each month's videos will be going to one lucky patron, like I mentioned at the top of the video. So anybody that is subscribed onto my Patreon at a $2 level or higher will get a number of entries into the Booster Pack Friday giveaway. So all the cards you see opened up every single month from these packs will be going to one lucky patron every single month. It's just a nice way for me to be able to open up some packs and for all of the patrons to feel like they're getting a little bit more rewarded as well. And that is the whole point. I want to try and become a lot more interactive with them. I want to be able to reward them more for all of the generous help that they've been giving me and improving not only with lighting and everything along those lines to make the channel even better. So if you'd like to get involved, there will be a link in the description as well below if you'd like to be a part of the Patreon. But if not, definitely still let me know in the comment section as well below which cards you'll be picking and interacting as well with these videos, because that really does help. I would just like to take this moment to thank my Patreons of the channel. I can't thank you enough for the help and support that you're giving me. If you'd like to do the same, head over to patreon.com/lifebegins@20. And there'll be a link in the description below for that as well, where there are plenty of rewards to choose from. With your support, we can really push to make this channel even better. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. With your support, we can really help this channel to grow. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.